Welcome, one and all. It's the 44th episode of 7 Sunday Morning Hot Takes. I'm still the dispatcher, so we might as well get to it. Hot take number 1. Almost alarmingly, the Royal Rumble is just 2 weeks away. The most anticipated event in the wrestling calendar, even more than WrestleMania, and yet somehow it doesn't feel like it this year. Instead, it's kind of sneaking up on me. Perhaps having a Saturday night's main event just 1 week before has obstructed the view of the Rumble around the corner, but maybe the location in Saudi has tempered expectations as well. In any case, as the WWE tours through Berlin to Dusseldorf to London to Belfast to Montreal to Toronto to Riyadh, curiously avoiding American soil, the long and winding road to the Royal Rumble has been fully focused on the journey with almost no mention of the destination. To my knowledge, only Cody has declared himself as a participant. Hot take number 2. This week's bestseller is Dragon Lee taking an out-of-nowhere spear from Braun Breaker, captured beautifully from an amazing camera angle Monday night. It was slightly diminished a few minutes later by the fact that Lee got up again and took another spear in the ring. I would have had him stay down for the count from the original one. It would be impactful if some of these outside-the-ring spears from Breaker resulted in a stretcher being needed to help a wrestler to the back. That first running spear on Dragon Lee would have been a perfect time to employ that as a recurring consequence. Still with the vision, I do believe in giving credit where it's due, and as much as it kind of disheartens me to say it, the stupid dipstick is really good at kayfabe, and he's found his calling in the WWE. I hope he figures things out even more and matures as he gets older, and becomes a positive role model backstage for the younger generation, and for those that didn't have his advantages. But I've fully accepted him as a WWE superstar because he has a natural grasp and seems committed to the cause. He fits in well with Breaker, Reed, and Theory, but it's way too late for me to stop calling him the dipstick now. Hot take number 3. There was a very subtle hint in Germany that the El Grande Americano gimmick may soon come to an end. Not only was the crowd chanting for Kaiser, but Michael Cole nearly gave Bravo's identity away. As Tyler Bate put Javon Evans in an airplane spin, Cole said, "We haven't seen that since..." And then he trailed off, as sports commentators often do, without completing the thought. If Chad Gable is ready to return, the obvious course to set would be a WrestleMania showdown between Chad and the Creeds against El Grande Americano with Bravo and Rio in a 3-on-3 ladder match for the exclusive rights to the El Grande gimmick. Hot take number 4. Before we get to Montreal for a double show, there's one last stop on the European tour in Belfast. Already scheduled, Becky Lynch defends the Intercontinental against Maxine, and CM Punk puts the world title on the line against Finn Balor. The second match could be a great match, but I fully expect Punk to get the win. And this will likely be the end of Maxine's push, as Becky will probably get a hero's reception from the Irish crowd. She's clever enough, though, that she might flip the script on them as McIntyre did in London, and I wouldn't be surprised if AJ Lee makes a surprise appearance at the end, but perhaps it'll be Natalya returning in Montreal. For a bold prediction, I predict Becky is going to break Maxine's arm, and then look for Becky to possibly defend the title again in Riyadh. Hot take number 5. So my initial reaction to Whoop That Trick was, I don't really understand this, I don't get it, it doesn't really speak to me or have any meaning for me. But then I was like, whoa, slow down, boomer, you don't have a heart attack. There's a thing called Google, and if you want to know more about something, you can just look it up. For those of you not in the know, which is probably only me because I'm an old man that doesn't remember anything after 1995, Whoop That Trick is a song from 2005 movie Hustle and Flow by Memphis rapper Al Capone, who is not a gangster from Chicago. But it was during the 2013 NBA first-round playoff series between the Memphis Grizzlies and the LA Clippers that the phrase Whoop That Trick really took off as a rallying cry. And now you know. And knowing is half the battle. And if you need to know more than that, there's plenty of resources available at your local public library. Or you could use Google. Hot take number 6. Bayley and Lyra pulled off an amazing backbreaker flying elbow combination that was even better than Demolition's decapitation finisher. It was in a losing effort, though, as Liv and Roxanne squeaked through a tough triple threat that also featured the Kabuki Warriors to earn a shot at the titles. The women's tag division is really fun right now. Also scheduled this week for Smackdown in Montreal, one day before Sunday night's main event, is another triple threat tag match for the number 1 contender spot. The fact that they're doing this one night before the tag titles are being defended in a high-profile match makes me think that the winners may end up meeting in a week later as one of the preliminary matches at the Rumble in Saudi. And if that does happen, it makes me concerned that 4 very capable women may miss out on Rumble opportunities because they'll be involved in a tag match instead. With that in mind, I wouldn't be surprised if they hot potato these titles for a while, and my prediction for the triple threat between Nia and Lash Legend, Charlotte and Alexa, and Kiana and Julia is Charlotte and Alexa, because... Hot take number 7. My pick for the women's tag title match for Saturday night is Liv and Roxanne. Liv deserves to have a title, and if she's not going to be going after Stephanie Vacour or Becky Lynch, then the tag titles will have to do. I'd really like to see Liv win the Royal Rumble, but I don't think that's happening now, unfortunately. My prediction does come with a caveat, though. If Lash and Nia win the number 1 contenders match Friday, then Rhea and Io will retain the titles Saturday, and none of those 4 will be in the Rumble match. I hope I'm wrong about this, actually, because I'd like to see as many top stars as possible competing in the Rumble, and I don't think the women's tag titles should disqualify anybody. Yet they'll need to fill out the card somehow. With just a week between Saturday night's main event and the Rumble in Saudi, there's not much time to squeeze anything else in. Also on Saturday night, Cody takes on Jacob Fatu, and I don't expect a winner in this match, but instead some sort of double countout or disqualification. This is actually a fascinating popularity contest, and the real winner will be who the fans decide to cheer for. And then finally, the Fatal 4-Way for a shot at Drew's title at the Rumble, and I think Sammy is the easy choice here as the hometown hero, and that Damian Priest is taking the pin. Not sure how Randy Orton fits into all this, but there might be one way. As a last thought, it would be really awesome to see Kevin Owens return while WWE is in his hometown. And if you wanted to give Trick Williams a red-hot feud right out of the gate and make him seem like a real superstar, put him up against Kevin Owens with Randy Orton in the mix and watch them set the world on fire. Thanks for being here. The Belfast show should be a good one because the international audiences are the best, but I'm really looking forward to the Friday and Saturday shows in Montreal at the end of the week. And then there's a final stop here in Toronto before they go to Saudi. See you again next Sunday for my Saturday night's main event recap and a Royal Rumble preview. With love from Canada, I'm the Dispatcher. You're on the top turnbuckle, and every day is a sunset flip.